on our pillow or our bolster to start. I actually need a little more than my little bolster, my little chintzy ass bolster. I got the Manduka ones. Yeah, it's too small. I'm so used to the ones here.
Oh, they're smaller, huh?
Huh?
They're smaller? They're
The Manduka ones that I have are just smaller. They're smaller this way. They're just, and then now that I like those so much, it's just not enough.
yeah. I wonder who makes the other ones.
Huh? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I could get some of those, but I don't want to spend any money right now. Anyway, all right, so let's come with our feet wide on the mat, toes pointed toward the top of the mat, knees up, and we're just up on our pillow. And I think I want you to raise up a little bit more, honey, because we're gonna do just a little bit of squat lifting. There you go. So bring your feet a little close. Let's just elbows inside the knees, palms of the hands together. Just bringing those hands kind of toward each other. Close the eyes, lift the heart. And just begin your breath. Connecting with your breath. Bring the elbows on the inside of the knees so that as you bring your palms down and together and a little closer to your heart, the knees spread open from the elbows. And slowing down the breath. Lift your pelvic floor, lower abdomen, belly button comes into the spine. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Neck reaches nice and long, up through the crown of the head. Tailbone reaches down, breathing here. Release the lips and the eyes and the cheeks. Let's drop our head over right ear to right shoulder and drop the left shoulder down and away. Turn the head and look up to the left. And then back to neutral and down. Keep your right ear to your right shoulder. Just turn the head and look down. I'm going to get deep into the neck right here. Turn the head looking up. Inhale. Exhale, looking down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep that right ear to the right shoulder. Neck still nice and long. It's not jumping down. Breathing here. Pressing your palms together, seeing if you can open your knees a little more. Bring your thumbs towards your heart and lift the head. Let's turn and look to the right. Look to the left. The right. And the left. Breathing. Come to neutral. Drop our left ear to the left shoulder. This is my more difficult side. Come back to the abdomen, the belly, the pelvic floor. Is that still working or do we let it go? Keep that active. Turning the head and looking up to the right. Exhaling, looking down to the left. Up to the right. Down, exhale to the left. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Keep your head looking down just for a moment. Bringing that head to neutral. Oh, that's good. Pressing your palms together, bringing those elbows inside the knees. We're going to lean forward, get our feet solid on the ground, tuck in that belly and the pelvic floor and the lower abdomen. We're gonna lift the butt. I was like, no, we're not.
You may do that.
Lean forward, lean forward, just lean forward. There you go. And then just a little, tiny, little tiny bit. It's not easy. Just a couple of playing with. My ankles are killing me, yelling at me. My elbows are not pushing right. Breathing. Try to release the inner hip creases. Let the tail come down slowly to the bolster. Take a breath. Exhale. We're going to bring our left hand in front of the right foot, in front of the left foot. We're going to bring our right arm and lift it straight up and open the chest up, looking up. So bringing that right arm, right hand back, opening the right shoulder, the pectoral muscles, the collarbones. Beautiful. Try to bring the pinky towards the face and aim the thumb behind you. Couple of breaths. Using the back of your left arm into the inner thigh, pressing on it to turn your body open. Couple more breaths. One more. Exhale. Come back to neutral. Reaching out with that right hand. Inhaling, open with the left. Try to let those inner thighs just come out. Let them go. Pinky wraps. Breathing here, thumb behind. Looking up, using the upper right arm in the inner thigh, pressing it away, fingertips on the floor. Press, using it to leverage your body, open a little more towards the sky. Breathing here. And exhale, come back to neutral. Sitting up a little further, interlace the fingers behind the back. Point your index fingers come together, aiming down. Elbows kind of wrap around. Fingers come toward the floor like you're shooting through the floor. Heart lifts, looking up. Elbows back. Shoulders back. Lifting the heart. Abs are working. Couple of deep breaths. Couple more. Last one. Exhale. Kind of warmed up a little bit. All right, we're going to come down to our mat. We're going to go face first on the mat. Bring your bolster, your pillow. It's going to be, I'll do it on this side first so you know what we're doing. It's going to be right here. Your body's going to be here. You're going to bring that bolster underneath the top of the thigh. So that the whole leg is kind of resting on the pillow.
One or two legs. One leg or two legs?
One leg. One leg. You want the pillow to go long like your leg, like down your leg. So the whole thigh is on the pillow. And then I'm not sure which hip is up for you, but so the hip with the lifted leg then is able to just melt towards the floor, hopefully. Make a little pillow for your forehead. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, that's good. I can see you. So you have the pillow long ways under one leg?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. And then, but not under the hip. Okay, so your hip is kind of in the air, aiming downward, right? Perfect. Okay, we're just gonna hang out here for a little bit. Make a pillow with your hands. You can put your forehead on it. Just noticing what's happening in the low back and the sacrum. Let the opposite hip bone really melt into the floor. You're supported, so he doesn't need to hold any tension. Release the lips, the back of the neck, and the shoulders. Slowing down the breath. And sending it all the way through the body, all the way to your toes on both legs. Try to release the leg that's on the floor. I don't want it to be holding you up. You feel like you're ready. We're gonna bend the leg that's on the floor, not the one on the bolster. Just bend it 90 degrees. Let your foot kind of come towards your butt. Just hanging out. Notice the difference. And take a few breaths to just open it up. Relax the back of the thigh of the bent leg. Letting your sacrum melt towards the floor. Really letting the low back open up. If you'd like to reach back to the bent leg with a hand on the same side, you can pull it towards your butt. Get a nice quad stretch right there. See what that does. Releasing the jaw again and the forehead, eyebrows. Couple of deep breaths, really big. Filling the back body, opening up the ribs. And exhale. Inhaling fully, completely. Still inhaling. And exhale down. Noticing what's happening on that bent knee, that bent thigh. And release the hand. Let it come to the floor. Let your foot come to the floor. A nice deep breath. Relax your shoulders. We're going to move on. So we're going to grab our pillow, our bolster, You can roll off of it for a second. We're going to bring it up to the side. We're going to bend that knee and rest that knee. And now the calf and the lower leg is resting on the bolster, the inside of it. I mean, the inside of the leg and the knee. And then you want to be on the top of your extended leg, the one that's on the floor. Yeah, okay, so your right leg should be on the, try to get on the top of it, which kind of makes you scooch, you know, over to the left, yeah? And then we'll play with that just a little bit. If it's too easy, you can either bring your bolster up higher or you can bring your foot and lower leg out further. You want to feel something somewhere. Again, it's in the sacrum. Releasing the top of the right leg, left leg, the one that's on the floor. Trying to let the hip of the supported leg melt towards the floor again. We're still trying for that. Breathe into the front of the pelvis, between the hip bones. And when we inhale, take a deep breath. Breathe right into the pelvic region. Between the hips, the sacrum. Just breathing here. Noticing anywhere you're holding tension. It might be in your shoulder, it might be on the extended thigh, it might be in the hip that's on the floor. Let it go. One more breath. On your next inhale, we're going to extend that supported leg. Just bring that ankle and foot out, all the way out. Maybe you can move the whole bolster pillow thing out a little bit. Flex your foot, point your toe. Keep the leg on the floor relaxed. Maybe you can do some ankle circles with the supported foot. There's an inner thigh stretch now. Breathing with it. Extend that leg out a little more. Heel out, toes toward the face. Maybe bring it up a little closer to your elbow or your shoulder. Release the opposite glute, the top of the thigh on the floor. And relax the foot on the supported leg. Let everything release. And feel your hip melt toward the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. can bring that extended leg back to a bent position. You can leave it on the bolster. Press yourself up on your elbows. We're gonna scooch that extended, the hip that's on the floor, coming for you at your right, and kind of we're gonna get into laying on your right side. You're gonna be away from me, but that's okay. Laying on your right side. Yeah. So now we're in a little bit of a twist, right? But the knee is still supported on the pillow, on the blanket, on the bolster.
Yes.
And allowing let's see, it's gonna be your left shoulder to kind of come open like we've been doing. Just let it. Relax the right hip where it's connected to the floor, the right thigh. Turning the face away from your bent knee. And feeling how maybe you're just like slowly, slowly opening further and further. Breathing nice and deep, real slow, controlled breaths. Count if you like. Maybe count to 10. And just consciously slowing it down. Bringing that the foot and leg on the bolster, on the pillow. Bring it out across the body, straight out, like we had it before. But this time we're twisted. Flexing the toes, the heel out. Play with that foot again. Notice what you feel. Where can you find a release from? Search your body. Yeah, you're in it. That's great. Relax the hip and thigh that's on the floor. Release that leg. Bend the knee more. Just bring the pillow up or the knee up on the pillow. Get a little deeper with a bent knee. The last couple weeks we've been doing this. It's like in my mid back or my upper back, I like just a vertebrae decides to go, okay. And I just get a little thud in there. And it's in these, like, not necessarily where I think it would be. Couple more breaths. Release that hip where it's connected to the floor. Let the knee bend if you like that, the floor, leg on the floor. And then we'll just bring that knee, hug it into the chest. You're still on your side, but roll over onto the back. Hugging that knee in. This is going to be kind of entertaining. Hug the knee in, hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Pull it towards your shoulder. And then let it go and extend it out next to the opposite leg. Okay, my opposite leg is like 2 inches shorter. That's what it feels like. If I measured it, it's probably nothing, but oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock and roll a little bit side to side. Hold on to the back of the knees or around the front. We're going to just rock front and back a little bit. We're going to end up in a seated position whenever we get there. But we can do both poses first. So let's go. Inhale back. Actually, inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Next time we're going to hold it. Exhale back. Inhale up. Holding up both toes. With the back of the hands if you like. Doing our best to maybe straighten the legs. The heart lifts, the shoulders come down. Back on the spine, shoulder blades. Bring those legs out. Maybe the hands come out to the side. Belly is working. Heart is lifted. Breathing. Hold your breath. No, don't hold your breath. Breathing. Exhale, knees in. Whew. Hold in. Yeah. Second side. Bolster on the other side. Top of the thigh and the knee on the bolster. Hip off the bolster. This is interesting. My sacrum has a lot to say. How about yours?
Yes.
This guy giving me its life story or something. But it feels good. Does it feel good?
Yes, it feels good.
Okay, good. All right. So we're just breathing. Sending the breath into the low back, into the sacrum. Trying not to work too hard on the left side. We're, holding ourselves up. Try to release the left side. Again, the cheeks to release, the tongue, the lips, the shoulders. Breathing nice and deep. Really let yourself melt. Let those hips open up. Shoulders away from the ears. More breath. Couple more. Make them count nice and deep. Feeling the back body, the low back, the rib cage. Separating the shoulders and the shoulder blades. One more time. Exhale. All right, we're gonna bend that knee that's lifted onto the bolster still and 90 degrees and out. And we're on the top of the left thigh, yeah. So you want it under your knee and your lower leg, not necessarily under your thigh, yeah. And you want it to be out as far as you can. Yeah, there you go. And then maybe take your left side and just kind of scooch it away from the pillow. So you really get a separation thing going on, yeah. And if it's too easy, again, you can bring your foot out or you can bring your knee higher, whatever, or wherever you are. If it's good, it's good. Really trying to let that right hip melt to the floor now. This is the driving hip. No, yes it is. It's the driving hip. No, it's not. Well, it is. The one that's being extended on the floor, like being straightened out. Breathing into it, finding the places in there that you actually are holding some tension. Something is being held up. Somewhere where you feel a need to not go past. Just breathe there. I'm just breathing. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna extend that lower leg out so that leg is straight out. So it gets into more of an inner thigh stretch. You can flex the foot on that right foot. Flex it, do ankle circles, flex and point, whatever. Just wake it up a little bit and then release, let it go, but it's still extended. Try to stay with yourself. If the mind is wandering, bring it back. Breathe. We're gonna bend that left leg or the leg on the floor. Bring the heel towards the butt. And just let it hang. Just to breathe. Now we've been here for a little while, so make a little pillow for your head, for your cheek. Bring the left hand to the left ankle. Just a little extra pressure. Ouch. Wow. Now there's the driving hip. Trying to breathe into the hip, the front of the pelvis. Trying to let the front of the pelvis separate. And keeping our mind with us. My hip does not like this.
Neither does mine.
Uh-huh.
Mine doesn't either.
Like, we're in this together. I feel better already. Deep breath. Deeper than you think. Exhale completely. Inhale one more really deep. Exhale. Release that leg. Let that foot come down. Oh, thank God, it's over. All right, we're gonna scooch for you. We're gonna scooch your left body in. We're gonna get onto the left side. And have this right leg on the bolster. Yeah, we're good. Bring it up a little higher. Yeah, there you go. And have the low leg on the pillow also. The low leg looks like it's off the over at the edge like this. I want it to be like your whole leg, lower leg is on top of the pillow.
It's on what?
Like this. You see?
Oh, yes.
Okay. There you go. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So now we're in our little twisty twist. Hanging out. And just beginning to kind of think about opening up to the right. Breathing into the head. And letting the body move with the breath. So when we take a big inhale, it might retract a little bit. And as we exhale, it can open up a little more. That left hip and thigh that are on the floor, we're trying to let that not be active. Opening that right shoulder up. Seeing about bringing that right sit bone away from you towards your left foot to open the waistline a little more towards the back. Turning the body, the upper body open. Couple of breaths. Hang out here. Relax the leg and hip that are on the floor. Face turns away from the bent knee. Just seeing how far, how long and how far. How can I keep going? And when we reach a spot we don't go anymore, that's good. We just breathe there. That's it. Oh, this is it. Okay, great. Let me breathe. No judgment. Wherever I am today is not where I might be tomorrow, and not where I may have been yesterday. When you feel like you're in a good way here, I want you to consider bringing that top supported leg out across the body, extending that leg. Flexing the toes toward the face. Allowing the waist to open. Shoulder kind of keeps melting toward the floor. If you want, if your arm is up and you have a block, you can put a block underneath your upper arm or your shoulder or your elbow. Give it somewhere to rest. Wiggle that hip around a little. Just find some motion in there. Maybe leg goes up a little more or down a little more. The hip moves to the back or to the front. Ooh. Breathe and release. Relax that extended leg. Maybe it bends. Release the right thigh and hip on the floor. It keeps wanting to hold you up. And then we're going to roll all the way onto the back. Hug that knee into the chest, nice and deep. Oh my goodness. Hug the other knee in. Rock and roll side to side. Hug those knees in again. Just rest. Tailbone reaches toward the floor. Sacrum reaches toward the floor. Shoulders down and away. All right. Soles of the feet on the floor. We're going to roll over. We're going to come up. Get our bolster across the mat. And we're going to step across it. We're going to do pigeon with the bolster underneath the butt. So bringing one leg across the front.
That's good.
With a little room for yourself. Yeah, good. And actually, let's bring both blocks. We'll just get ready for it a little bit. Both blocks. So this front leg, let's bring that, push the bolster back. So you're in angine. So the back knee is further back than directly under you, right? And you're resting the top of that back thigh on the pillow. So push the pillow back further. And step up, there you go. And then I want you to bring your left foot, the left heel back a little bit. So it's directly under your knee, there you go. Bring your blocks closer in. Yeah, a little closer, right between your, like right next to your foot. Great, so your heart can lift and you're pressing the body away. And then allow the right hip to open across the bolster. And then we're gonna come down maybe on our elbows. So this is lizard. Oh, you can go all the way down. Go, girl. Just breathing right here. I would think that after 45 minutes of doing this stuff, I wouldn't feel it so much in my hips anymore.
No.
But it's still there.
It is.
It's still there, so. A couple of more breaths here. Hips come forward and down. And we're gonna press up. Keep your blocks nearby. We're gonna walk the foot across the front of the mat to the other side. I'm gonna drop that knee down. Yep, you're good. You're good. And then we'll keep our blocks in front of us. I have to put mine over on this side now. Pigeon. Yeah. So while we're breathing and relaxing our body in different places, maybe bring the blocks a little closer. Press your elbows and shoulders down into the block so your heart can be a little bit lifted. And breathe into the hip of the back leg, the front of the crease of the hip in the back leg. I'm gonna go a little deeper, so I'm gonna bring my blocks a little more center. And adjusting yourself as you see fit, right? You're like, oh, this is getting kind of easy. Adjust. This is too hard. Adjust. Flex the foot on the front leg. Maybe the heart can melt a little more towards the floor. Shoulders come down away from the ears. Maybe I'm gonna try my elbows on the floor. What the heck? It's working. Just a few more breaths here. Big inhales, deep exhales. One more deep breath. Just staying with our mind, with the body. Exhale and pressing up. Figuring out a way to get the opposite leg going. Slowly, that's the only way there is. All right. Change sides. I had a fancy thing figured out at home to get all the way through each leg, even to pigeon, but I lost it. But that's all right. I mean, all with one side, but it's okay. All right, blocks are under our wrists under our shoulders. The heel of that front leg is underneath the knee, yeah. And the hips are coming forward. So the top of the thigh just above the knee is resting on the bolster. And then maybe you're able to come to your elbows. Lizard pose. Slowing down the breath, connecting with the breath, and sending that healing breath through the body. Both sides are different, so one side may be easier than the other. Couple more breaths. On your next inhale, we'll come up. Walk that front foot across. Bring your bolster. I have to put my elbows way out here. Try to bring the left hip forward. Releasing that outer thigh, the glute. Really breathing into it. Flex the toes on the bent leg. Maybe going a little deeper somehow. I'm going to bring my blocks a little more square to the front. Relax that foot. Oh. Oh. 3 more breaths. Fill the body with the breath, separating the shoulder blades and the ribs, collarbones. Poof out the low back around the sacrum. 1 more breath, nice and big. Round the back. Press with your elbows to push your torso backwards and rolling up. Whew. Okay then. Time for a little happy baby, a little shavasana. Lying on your mat. Press your feet into the floor. Knees are up. Press your feet, hips up. In fact, let's just press our hips up for a moment. Bring the arms, palms flat on the floor. So your arms are leveraging your body, helping you stay up. You're pressing your hips up, up, up. Heels reaching into the floor, into the earth. Toes are wiggly. Yeah. Pressing up, up, up. Heart reaches above your head. Try to aim above your head while your knees pull in front of you towards the bottom of your mat. Hips go up, glutes are working. Press up with your glutes. Up, breathing. Exhale down. Sacrum hits the floor gently. Hug your knees, and we'll do that happy baby. Goodness for the happy baby. The toes come up towards the top of the head. The knees reach towards the floor. The tailbone goes down. If you'd like, you can bring your elbows inside of your knees, inside of your thighs, and press them out. Chin towards the chest so the neck is long. Shoulders down, tailbone down, knees down, toes up. Couple of breaths. Pull those feet so that your knees get closer to the floor. That is where we started, but we were up in a squat, and now we're in a squat. All right. Knees together, feet together, rock and roll. Extend out to Shavasana. Maybe your pillows under your legs, maybe not. Press the floor away with your legs and lift up so your butt can rest on the floor. Wiggle your shoulder blades under you, your heart is lifted. Chin into the chest, nice long neck. Palms resting, facing up. Lips relaxed, teeth relaxed. Jaw relaxed. Eyes melting into the eye sockets. Deep breaths. Letting everything go. This is where the body knows exactly what to do, when to do it. This is us trusting the universe right here. Yes, we can lay down in the middle of the day on a Friday, knowing that all is well. All will be well. beginning to let your breath deepen. Wiggling your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, pull your arms above your head. Your feet and legs out. And then hugging in, bend your knees. Rock if you like. And roll over onto your right side. One more breath here. Using the palm of your left hand, we'll sit up. Take one arm together to close the class. Palms together at heart center. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs. Inhale. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving us this gift of time together and life for the body, the life force, increasing our energy, increasing our life force, increasing the body circulation and our ability to shine out in the world. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think thank you.
Love a lot of different body parts are talking to you. You look like you're getting super strong, girl.
Oh,
your arms here and your biceps.
Oh, I feel like I'm losing it.
Oh, you do?
Well, I did two days of TRX, and that's the arms.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could do some weights, but I'm.
Well, if you want an arm thing, I mean, really, here, just if you want to do it whenever, you can do it like this. It's for the shoulders, but just practice your plank on your knees if you want, right? Elbows in. Make sure your elbows come in and you reach your heart forward. That's it. And then stay there. And then tuck your toes and lift your knees. That's it. Do that.
Okay.
Whenever you feel like, man, I missed my TRX.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.